So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys requested to bring this phenom back on my channel. And so I had to request him out of his busy schedule because now he's got fans all over the place. And so I'm bringing him back. And today, Abhigya, who's here with us, is going to be teaching us Prashna. He's going to be teaching us the basic steps of Prashna and what is Prashna. So Abhigya, Rishi Abhigya, teach us today.
So, is it like 10 steps of Prashna?
Yes, teach us like 10 basic steps so anybody can, use Prashna as a beginner and see results.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Prashna starts with the astrologer. So astrologer must, actually Prashna Shastra started from Kerala. Actually, I am also not very well versed in Prashna. I just got interested just a month back. So I started reading different kinds of books in Prashna. And then this Prashna Shastra has been evolved from Kerala. So in Kerala, we have many different kinds of preliminary things that astrologers must do before coming to predict. So one of them is cleansing the body fully, taking a bath, and then wearing kumkum, tilak, whatever it is, and also wearing sacred rudraksha, all of these things, and also the gems prescribed for the day or the week or the month or the year. All of these gems must be there. And then also he must be ready with the Gochara Kundali or the Prashna Kundali. So the simple way is that an astrologer must begin with readying the Gochara Kundali.
Abhigya, can you put your webcam a little down? Because your face is cutting off. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Fine.
Perfect.
So an astrologer, a simple astrologer must begin bathing. And then after bathing, he must wear all the sacred things over his body, wear the dress according to the day. So you're also wearing red. It's Tuesday for us today.
Yeah.
So that's why even I wore this red thing.
Oh, okay.
Moon and Mars are friends. So like that, the astrologer must wear the correct dress and also must be dressed in a very neat way. And then what he must do is he must ready every single thing. All he must do the stutis or the, they say, Suprabhatam and all of these things. He must read the Panchanga of the day. So he must get up at Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta, which means it's something after 3:30. That is the starting Muhurta, the first 45 minutes, 48 minutes. So he must get up, sit facing east towards God. So there should be God's idol there, and he must sit facing east. Okay. So when he faces east, what happens is he is greeting the sun. So when the sun rises, everybody gets up at that time. So in Kerala, it was like that. That's why it was God's own land at that time. So it was very principled place. So Kerala, that means just under Karnataka in Bharat.
Okay.
So in this place, it evolved, this science. So when the questioner comes, the astrologer is supposed to know thousands of different things. So there are different kinds of things the astrologer is supposed to notice, how he enters every single thing. And the Lagna, the Arudha Lagna, the Aruna Lagna, so many different kinds of things in order have to be noted. And the chakra, making of the chakra or the chart in which the person is supposed to place the Lagna in it. So, or the gold piece or touch it, nearly just touch it. Whichever place, but gold piece is more important. So like this, we have a few steps. So there are a few things that astrologer must bring in to the consultation room before starting the prediction. That is Panchanga, which means we know Panchanga, Tithi, Vara, Yoga, Nakshatra, Karana. These 5 things in one book. That's called the Panchanga. So that Panchanga, and then also the Deepa, and he must ready the Gochara Kundali according to the Panchanga. And at that time, the Lagna was calculated both according to Udaya Lagna and Arudha Lagna. But in Prashna, Arudha Lagna is more important than Udaya Lagna. And Udaya Lagna is only used wherever they say Navamsha Lagna. So,
what is Udaya Lagna?
Huh?
What is Udaya Lagna?
So Udaya Lagna is a rising sign.
Oh, the rising sun. Okay.
Yeah. So when the person just comes for consultation, we know them the time, and then if the time is too late, sometimes what we do is we just see the panchanga. We need not calculate it exactly according to degrees and minutes. We just see the panchanga. In the panchanga, it's given from what minute to what minute will this lagna be. For example, Mesha lagna. So Mesha lagna will be from 6 to 8. Just thing. So if the sun is in Aries, for example, if it's April, sun is in Aries, and it is 6 to 8 the time, then what we do is we keep the lagna as lagna will be we keep it as Mesha lagna. Like this, if sun is in Vrishabha, 6 to 8 becomes Vrishabha lagna. Like that, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, like that, we keep making the lagnas. Otherwise, we see the panchanga for more accurate things, because by minutes, the lagna may change.
Yeah.
So we first note down the Udaya lagna, and then we write the Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana. These these 5 things we note down. And then we also make the, we check out the 21 doshas or Eka Vimshati doshaha. So we check out these 21 doshas. That means Surya Sankramana, we know about them. Like Durmuhurta. So all of these things. And then rice and tilaka or vibhuti, sacred ashes. Some people draw the chakra with sacred ashes, but some more people say it's inauspicious. And deepa filled with well oil, lots of oil, a wick, and should be kept at the beginning. So it should not even be touched until the consultation starts. When the consultation starts, you set right the deepa and keep it proper. So that at the time of the consultation, the deepa will also show a few results, as we'll see. So japa idols, that means we keep the deities, navagrahas there, or just a small little gold plated thing of navagrahas. Just keep it. And then we also keep vibhuti, sacred ashes, and japa idols, family deity of the astrologer's family deity. And the person is also supposed to bring flowers and different kinds of things. The person is supposed to bring flowers, gems, and little sometimes it is sometimes we say dakshina, but dakshina means we say coins of flowers or gems. So dakshina does not mean online payment or anything.
Yeah.
So navagrahas, all of these things must be kept very neatly in front of the astrologer, and according to the directions. For example, Hanuman is supposed to face southeast, and Durga south, and like that, all of them must be facing the exact places. And then the 8 diks, or we say the 8 directions. All these directions have their own adhipatis or lords. All those lords also must be placed in the correct directions. And then after placing everything, the astrologer should sit in a neat place, and also should make a place for the duta to come, or the messenger to come. So that was the custom before. A messenger should be sent to the astrologer to take him to the querist's house. So for example, the querist is some person. So he sends his messenger to the astrologer's house, and the messenger comes. So that's called duta lakshana. When the messenger comes, which leg does he come? The messenger does not know any astrology. So he enters with any leg, or he keeps any leg forward while entering inside the room for consultation. When they enter inside the room where the astrologer is seated, they stand in any leg. So it's like that. Then the astrologer carries all the idols, whatever he's supposed to carry, panchanga, everything. And then he goes on the road with the duta or the messenger, however the messenger is taking him. So like this, that's the custom. Then he goes to the querist's house. While going to the querist's house, if it's a marriage prashna, so for example, if it's vivaha prashna, then if somebody is seen putting their hand into a hole, that means the marriage will not happen. And if the marriage happens to the person who is being married, will be of questionable character. So that is one thing. And then second thing, if somebody is saying bye-bye to each other and then going away, that means the person who's asking question for marriage will have a divorce. Like this, we can intelligently expand so many different kinds of things just while walking on that road. Just imagine. Wow. So then one more thing you could see, like if a hare and a dog are fighting, if a eagle is eating a snake, like this, enmity. That would show that the husband and wife may do lots of enmity things to each other and may torture each other. Same goes for business. like vyapara we say. So in vyapara, so the people who are partners, they will fight in business too. So these kind of ominous signs are to be noted down.
Okay.
That's very important. In case nowadays the astrologer is sitting in his own calm place, at his own house, at his own place.
Yeah.
He has to keep the place neat. It should be very neat and it should be beautiful, and it should not be too much like a forest or too much natural, not too much like a city, like too many cars going around.
Yeah.
That is also. So it should be in a calm place. Like for example, a very cool place where people are also there, but in a
I live in a perfect place. I'm surrounded by woods and forest, and I have houses.
Wow, it's the same with us too. We are surrounded by just a forest kind of thing here. So this is the most interior part of Mysore.
Yeah.
So that's why. And then rice, navagrahas, all of these things must be brought in. And the astrologer sits and calm. So he's not supposed to just go away to some other job. Supposed to sit there. He can do any other job while he's sitting there, but he must be very attentive on the time, because anybody may come in. Anybody may come in to have astrology consultation. So he must be always ready with the Gochara Kundali, the Lagna and everything. So he must say, from this time to this time, this will be the Lagna. From this time to this time, this will be the Lagna. Full Lagnas of the day he must ready and keep. So when the querist comes, he has to note down the time and fix the Lagna, Gochara Kundali, and be ready. Then the most important step is to check whether the querist is trying to test the astrologer, because before the thing, we have to first see what this person is trying to do. So if Rahu is in the Lagna, or for example, we have Jupiter aspecting Shani, or Shani aspecting Jupiter or Mercury, or we have Rahu in the Lagna, or and Ketu in the 7th house, like this, if it's there, then that person is surely trying to cheat you or trying to test you. And also we can ask him to see a few numbers and then get to know. And sometimes the querist does not even ask a few questions. He forgets the thing of his why he has come in, and then he starts rubbing his hands and looking sideways, swaying his head. I've also come across many people like that. They just forget the thing they have come for. They just sway their heads around, and then they keep looking here, there. And when we ask them to ask questions, they think, I've forgotten what I've come for. But they just forget about every single thing.
Right.
Then they shake their hands, they shake their legs, they keep moving their heads around. Those kind of people, we say failure. You're going to fail in whatever you come to ask for. Simple.
That's easy.
Yeah. Without even knowing anything, if he just keeps shaking his hands, like that, and then he's just sitting without asking anything, then we can say. Otherwise, if he's not doing all of this, but he's still not asking questions, what we will do is we ask him 3 numbers within 108. Okay, to do this particular step, we have to have a lot of intuition power inside, and we should also be perfect astrologers to do this. So ask 3 numbers within 108, divide them by 12. So if it's 1 or 5, the person, whatever he has come for is going to be really slow. If it's 2, then the person will be able to do his work fast. Like that, we keep saying till 8. And if it comes 0, then we ask the person to say it again. Numbers.
Okay.
So like that, there are certain things. But these things must only be done when a person has a lot of intuition power, because this is a very simple number method. You just add 3 numbers, divide them by 12, and then say the results. It's very simple.
Why 108?
Why 108? Because 108 padas, we could say, in the nakshatras.
Okay.
Or 108 is a holy number.
Yeah.
And the great astrologers have experimented with 108. Or there are many more reasons we could say, like with the shastras, 108.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the 27 nakshatras have 4 padas each, 108.
Yeah.
You could say a person's life in Kali Yuga somewhat goes 108 and stops, most probably. That too, this particular time. And in Krishna, while praying to Krishna, we chant everything 108. And while chanting any Navagraha thing, also we chant 108.
Yeah.
While in Mangala Prashna, we chant the Panchakshari mantra 108 times. So like this, everything is supposed to be 108, and this is also 108. So I don't think I found a specific reason. If there's a reason, you could tell me.
No. I was just curious.
Okay.
But I know exactly what you were saying about the padhas because I remember from the last interview I did with you.
Okay. So now what we could do is we'll see the Gochara Lagna, second step. So Gochara Kundali, Gochara Lagna. This must be ready. So in the Gochara Kundali or Gochara Lagna, we have already seen whether the person is Kutila Buddhi. If he's a bad person, he's trying to test us, or he's an enemy of the king, or if he's an enemy of the governmental authority, or if he has committed murders or something against the government.
Like a government spy.
Yeah, or he's some government spy, or he's trying to trouble the astrologer in any way. Sometimes they also come to trouble the astrologer. Or sometimes he's bringing sacred magical powders to put it on the astrologer. Or he's a tantric or mantrik who also knows astrology. We say, sorry, we cannot predict for you, and send them back. Simple. So we just...
So that's when you see when you have Rahu in the ascendant and Saturn, Jupiter are looking at each other.
Now for Mysore, we have Sun in Vrishabha or Taurus. So Sun is in Taurus now. So from 6 to 8, Sun is in Taurus. 8 to 10, the Lagna will be 8 to 10 will be Gemini, and 10 to 12 it's going to be Cancer. 12 to 2 it's going to be Leo. 2 to 4 it's going to be Virgo. So when we say 12 to 2, anybody comes, for example, to me, 2 to 4 or 12 to 2, then we surely predict this person is coming to test.
So 12 to 2, which Lagna would that be?
It would be Leo for us.
Leo for us. So you're taking whichever sign the sun is in that month, that becomes the very first Lagna at 6 a.m. 6 to 8. So in the month of November, we will start with Scorpio as a Lagna. After it's like November 15th, Scorpio Lagna, Sagittarius. Okay, I got it. Okay. But why Leo? Why is Leo testing?
Because Rahu is in Leo now.
Oh, Rahu. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So the Lagna comes to Rahu,
Beautiful.
And Rahu is in Leo, and then we say, okay, man, you're trying to test me.
I'm not trying to test you.
No.
I don't know. No, Rahu's not in Leo right now.
That's only 12 to 2. That's only 12 to 2. So then if it's 2 to 4, then Jupiter is in Lagna. If it's Jupiter in Lagna, we say this man is really having, he's a very innocent person, but he knows astrology. So he knows astrology, and Rahu is in the 12th house from here. So Rahu is in the 12th house, and then we say this guy knows astrology, but he's really inquisitive to know something. If it's 2 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
So like that, we keep deducing the results.
Okay, so let's say Saturn is in retrograding in Sagittarius. So let's say your Sagittarius Lagna was running. Okay. What would you then say?
Then we again say this man is crooked.
Okay.
The person was asked for, the questioner is crooked. So he may not be trying to test me. Only if Jupiter or Buddha aspects Shani, then he's trying to test me. But we have to predict for such a person who has Shani in the Lagna, because he might be he's evil. He wants to do something untoward with your prediction. But of course we have to predict. For example, Nakula had predicted for Kauravas in the Mahabharata war. Yes. So he had to predict. So that kind of a situation can come if Shani is in the Lagna.
What if Surya is in Lagna?
Then that person is almost a very highly esteemed person.
Okay.
But he may have some diseases. So now Buddha has gone away from Surya. For example, a few days back, Surya and Buddha were both in the same place as Vrishabha. So in the Lagna, Surya and Buddha were coming. So we could say that this person is very intelligent.
Let's say if you did that in November, but Surya was debilitated, Nicha, would you still say the same thing?
Yes, then we would say this person is suffering from bile diseases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Chandra in Lagna?
Chandra in Lagna would make that person, if he's debilitated or if he's having a problem, Chandra. Now Chandra is almost debilitated. So he's in Scorpio for us in Mysore. He's in Scorpio. So being in Scorpio, Chandra is going to make problems. So Chandra coming in the Lagna would make the person get tuberculosis or get another dangerous problem of cold fever. Or he might be, if it's with Shani, then he might be in such a great problem that he's going suicidal.
Like a wicked mind.
Yeah, very, very weak mind. That's what. So tomorrow or day after, Shani will come and sit with. Moon will come and sit with Shani.
Shani, yeah.
So we would say that this person is really in trouble, and we have to help him.
Okay.
So we'll just have to help him at that time.
What if Venus is in Lagna?
If Venus is in Lagna, he's fortunate, but he's still having some or the other problem. Like, not every time everybody has no problem. Like, because even if Venus or Jupiter is very, very powerful, sometimes Rahu goes wrong. Sometimes Shani goes wrong. We can't be like Lord Shri Krishna or Lord Rama, in which all planets are exalted.
Yeah.
Like when Rama was born, all planets were exalted.
Right.
Maybe 6 planets, not all. 6 planets were exalted. Even Rahu Ketu are almost exalted.
So if somebody walked in but Venus was in Virgo, you'd be like, this person has a marriage problem. That's why they're coming to me.
Yes, of course.
Or, okay. What about Buddha? What about Buddha, Mercury in Lagna?
Mercury in Virgo means this person is really intelligent. And that too if he's being aspected by Jupiter and Saturn. And Rahu is in the Lagna with Mercury. Then this person is too intelligent. He might be an astrologer. And he has come to spoil our name.
Okay.
So that would be the combination. So like this, we can judge many things and keep away from such people.
Wow. Okay.
So term the various factors of appearance. So we have to next thing is we have to term the various factors of appearance of the querist. One is dress and garments, looks, where they are looking, which foot is kept into the astrology room, and which side they face, what part they're touching while coming in. Like some people will be touching their nose, some people will be touching their cheek, or they'll be cleaning something of the ear. And if they're seen cleaning something from the ear or nose or something like that, then and if they are asking for children to be born, then we would say that they would be aborted.
If they're touching their ear.
Yeah, they're touching, not just touching, they're just removing something from the ear, from the ear, or the nose, or any other opening in the body.
Okay, so it shows that something is just being pulled out, not alive. Okay.
Yeah, so abortion. Like that, we would see what all they're doing. If the same is for other things, then there's no problem. And that too, this must be Garbha Prashna. That means already the person who's coming to ask should have a baby inside the stomach. So, like that.
Okay.
And then the breath of the person. We ask from which side of the nostril is your breath coming, or the nose is your breath coming. So there are 3 kinds of breath: Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. So Ida is the breath of the moon, left nostril. Pingala is right nostril, and Sushumna comes in between.
Okay.
So it's a very fiery breath. You feel tensed and you feel very bored when you get breath from that side. So let's see what's good for which day, which breath. For Sundays, we would say right breath is good. And for Mondays, left breath is good. For Tuesdays, right. For Wednesdays, left. Like all for good days, it's left. For bad days, it's right. Okay. For Saturday, it's right. For example, when the query is going to happen, the astrologer's breath is on the right and it's Tuesday. Now, if your breath is on right, then it's problematic for you, because for you it's Monday, no?
Oh, it's for Monday night.
Yes, Monday for you. So if I get breath on the right today, it's good for me. If you get breath on the right today, it's bad for you. So, so astrologer must check his breath. From which side of the nostril it's coming.
Left side.
Yeah.
Mine is left side.
Then it's good.
Oh, you saved me, Abhigya.
So like that, if it comes on the right side on Tuesday, then it's good. On left side, like that. So if the and the querist is also same to the astrologer, and it's auspicious, then this person is going to have total good effects. So whatever
if my breath as an astrologer was not good, will the prediction go wrong for the Prashna?
No, that is not like prediction will go wrong. For example, your breath is wrong according to the day, but the querist's breath is the same as yours. Then the prediction will be good for the querist.
Okay.
Otherwise, if the querist and the astrologer's breath are same, irrespective of whichever day it is, still the thing is good.
Okay.
Yes. If the astrologer and the querist breath is different, but it's according to the day, it's good.
Okay.
Like that we would say. So
Okay.
any one of these things would make it good. So next you would say omens and tatkala lakshanas. So you have to keep observing around. So what is there? Even if it's somewhere through email or through website, while we are typing, we are supposed to see around what's happening. Like, for example, a crow caws loudly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that. A bear howls or a monkey screams. A bear howling and a monkey screaming is good. But their names being heard. For example, somebody sends you an email about a bear or a monkey. Then we would say, oh, the prediction is going to be bad for the question.
Okay.
Like that. So bear and monkey sounds could be heard, but they should not be heard about. Their names should not be heard about. Like at the ancient time, if they say Vanara, or if somebody says bear or something, then we would say, oh, this prediction is going to be wrong. And then letters uttered. First letter uttered. For example, there's some people who come ask hundreds of questions sometimes, but they are in lots of trouble. So we can't spurn them away. It would be one of the doshas of the astrologer. Even though they're asking too many questions in astrology, in the Prashna, we can't still spurn them away. We would still have to answer their questions because they might be in lots of troubles.
Yeah.
So when it's like this, we have to make Panchakshari Lagna. Panchakshari Lagna. This is also very important. So we'll discuss about that in the next step. But first we'll see the Arudha Lagna or the Aruna Lagna. So first we should, when the astrologer gets up, he must finish his bath and then make the Udaya Lagna. Now we're coming to the next step, Arudha Lagna. The querist already arrives. What if the querist knows astrology? But he still has a problem. He at least knows Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Like that, he knows the 12 signs.
Yeah.
So if we give him a chakra and tell him to put a gold piece, he'll think, where should I put? What would be the good sign for me? At least if he knows that much, he may put it somewhere.
Yeah.
So what we would do is, we would call some boy or a girl who has recently taken bath. So we call them and say, you put it on one of these places. So they must be fresh and very calm in mind. They must not be into some quarrel. We should call them, dear kid, put something on this place, on one of these 12 signs. Before doing this, an astrologer should keep chanting Panchakshari mantras. That means Om Vishnave Namaha, Vishnave Namaha. 5 letters. Like this, there are many Panchakshari mantras. So which one you have been taught by your guru in astrology, or it could be books also. Books can also be teachers. So any one of these mantras you keep saying 108 times, or of your family deity. For example, Krishnaya Namaha, Vishnave Namaha, Shivaya Namaha, like this. Or we can say any Navagraha's name too. Rahave Namaha, Ketave Namaha, like that. Keep saying 108 times and then hold it in your right hand and then keep the right hand supported by the left hand and give it to that boy or girl. The boy or girl should put it in one of the places while the questioner should be meditating on his family deity. Sometimes if the people are Muslims or Christians, still they would say, okay, you can pray to any one of the Lord, but keep meditating with devotion. But it's whether they are Christians or Muslims, it's primarily for them to pray to Navagrahas.
Okay.
That is one thing. Because Navagrahas is what takes the prediction forward.
Yeah.
So, questioner must pray to all of these different things, and then the boy or girl must place the gold piece. That decides the fate of that person. Simple. That tells the fate. That boy or girl, where they put it.
I wanted to ask you, I think I missed with the Lagna, planets in Lagna. What if Ketu is in Lagna?
He is really, really tortured. He is being tortured so much mentally. And that too, if moon comes in the same place or moon is debilitated, then we would say this person wants to just quit his family life or maybe quit his life too.
Okay.
One of these two things.
Okay.
If moon is debilitated and Ketu is in the Lagna, then he is quitting his life.
Okay.
So we have to help him a lot this time. We can't just say outright that you're going to die. We have to say, you have to keep giving him a lot of Atma Shakti inside.
Yes.
So that he comes up somehow. Give him remedial measures, do all of that. So we can't just somehow say, okay, you're going to die in this sleep.
Can we do the same thing like I do it when I first open an email for a question? I can look at what the hora is at that particular time in the software, right?
And the lagna also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we would also see the first letter of the question.
Okay.
And some more things also could be seen. We have to take a phone call with that person or send an email to him asking where is he facing, and ask him to touch one of the body parts of his body.
Okay.
So we could do that.
Okay.
So these things, and then we have to also, if he's from another country, for example, you're doing a Skype interview, or maybe you're doing it on email. If he's from another country, for example, you're in USA and you're doing some consultation for somebody in Africa, some country in Africa.
Yeah.
So then you have to consider their time too and your time too.
Okay, so I have to make two different horas.
That time it becomes too complicated for you. So yeah.
Okay.
That's why in the past times they had done this kind of method. And first, how we start is we make the person get faith in astrology. How do we do that? We see the Kala Hora, Antar Hora. So what is Kala Hora and Antar Hora? So we know about what is Kala Hora. It is just 1 hour. No, see every 1 hour from sunrise becomes a Hora, or 1 hour from 6 o'clock becomes a Hora. So next, Arka Shukra Buddha Chandra Manda Jiva Dharastha. That's one sutra that we see. So then we see Antar Hora. Antar Hora is every 8 minutes 30 seconds. 8 minutes 38 seconds. That is one Antar Hora. So we see in Arka Hora, the first 8 minutes 30 seconds is owned by Sun.
Sun, okay.
Like that we keep saying. So that it's very, very accurate. And then the Dinadhipati, we see who is the Lord of the day. Then we see who is the Lord of this week. Who is the Lord of this fortnight or Paksha. Who is the Lord of this month? Who is the Lord of this Ayana? Who is the, first we say who is the Lord of this Ritu, then Ayana, then we say Varsha. So from Varsha we come down to Antar Hora and we mix all these effects. This is the accurate prediction. So if you mix all of these effects and then say the prediction, and that too where they are posited. So one thing to amaze the questioner. So first to place faith of astrology in the questioner, we have to amaze the questioner. How to do that? So we see the Kala Hora. For example, it is Surya Hora. It is Sun Hora. Yeah. And the Antar Hora is also Sun Hora. And Sun is posited in Kendra. Then you would say, dear person, you would have a great authority or a political person visiting your house or may come in between the astrology consultation. And if they come, he'll have lots of faith in astrology. And we should also have faith. If we are, what if he may not come? Or what if he may come? Then the prediction is going to be wrong. We must have faith in the subject we are studying in. So we must be able to say, see, it's Kala Hora is Shukra Hora. And Antar Hora is Buddha Hora. An intelligent dancing girl may come to your house. So, then if it's Kala Hora and Antar Hora is both Venus and Mercury, then what we do is we say, okay, an intelligent dancing girl. Then what if we would say Shani Hora comes. Shani Hora and Antar Hora is Mercury, Buddha Hora. So Buddha Antar Hora and Shani Hora. Then you would say a very intelligent merchant is going to turn up at your house.
Okay.
Or a Buddhist monk who has studied all scriptures.
Wow.
Such a person may come to your house.
Wouldn't monk be Ketu?
Ketu, but this was Hora for Ketu, isn't it?
Oh, Hora for Ketu. Okay.
Yeah, so we would take it into Saturn.
Okay.
So if you did Prashna Marga also, it's given that way only, that a Buddhist monk would be classified by Saturn.
Got it.
Yeah. Then we go to the eye, body, hand, leg movement of the person. His eyes are swaying around like he's caught by some ghost, like this. And we would say this, whatever he's come to ask for is going to fail. And then again, if he is shaking his leg, or if he's shaking his right leg and then turning it around. If he's keeping his left leg firmly inside, when he steps inside, he's keeping his left leg firm then you would say this person is going to be succeeding in all his things. If he keeps his right leg, then you'd say he is going to have lots of problems. So I'm saying everything for men. It's kind of reverse for women. So for women, we say in a different way.
Okay.
And then we go to Prashnakshari Lagna. And then Sthita Rashi Lagna. So these two things. So I will first say Sthita Rashi Lagna because very important. So a person brings offerings for the astrologer, isn't it? So he brings betel leaves, he brings betel nuts, he brings flowers, he brings a few gems, he brings something. Any gift he wants to give to the astrologer with his own heart. We're not supposed to ask anything. We're not supposed to tell anything because that's also one of the part of the prediction. Sometimes if they bring a vacuum pump and say, here, this is a gift for you, then you say this guy is going to fail in everything. This is
Funny.
Like that. So, Sthita Rashi Lagna means where he keeps his gifts for the astrologer. So, do you know Gulika or Mandi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a son of Saturn.
Right.
So, we calculate it only in some places of the world, they calculate the positions of Gulika or Mandi. It's not that important for other people. But for Prashna, it's kind of important because death of the person may be taken from that. If he has from longevity, we'll have to see Gulika and Saturn. So Gulika is more powerful than Saturn too. He's more powerful than his father. So he can give real dangerous effects. So you have to see where he is. So where Gulika is posited. So we should have a mind frame of the person sitting. For example, person is sitting here. To the north of him, to the east of him, there is Aries and Taurus. To the south of him, there is Cancer and Leo. Like that, we keep all the Rashis around him. And then we see where Gulika is posited. For example, Gulika is posited in Gemini. And if it's posited in Gemini, and the person keeps his gifts at the southeast, then that person is going to die. Gemini rules southeast, and Gulika is in Gemini. The gifts are kept in the southeast. We see that person is going to die.
Wow.
In the same way, Gulika
You're
is in
paying attention to everything.
Yeah.
From how they're coming in, what they're doing, where they're putting gift, what are they saying, the first letter that they say to you. Wow.
Sometimes very difficult. Sometimes very difficult. So
Yeah.
we do a few steps. Yeah. So we do quite a few steps. That is seeing the dress and garments, the look and mode, just make them put a gold piece. But the thing why I'm saying all of these things is Prashna Shastra is for accurate prediction, and it is supposed to be really strong because some person just merely touching the Arudha Lagna Chakra is it's commonly a waste. So they must bring a gold coin, or the astrologer must himself give a gold coin to them and tell them to put it somewhere. Before that, now we're going to the Arudha Lagna, positing the Arudha Lagna. This is the fourth step. So positing the Arudha Lagna. How to posit the Arudha Lagna? It's very simple. That is what we do is, an astrologer mustn't draw the Arudha Lagna. The priest of the temple. So this consultation must happen in the temple. Or maybe it's very impractical nowadays.
Yeah.
So you would say any boy or girl who has understood mathematics well and who does daily things like chants the stotras, little religious young person who knows little mathematics. So this kind of a person can draw. So for example, they should at least know inches. What is inches? So we would tell, but they must not know astrology. So you would say, please draw chakra for us. So chakra means a diagram of 24 inches on each side. Divide it into 16 parts. 16 parts. We have to divide a 24 by 4. Means what do you see? 96 inches square total. Total perimeter would be 96 inches. So like that we divide it into 16 parts of 6 inches each.
Okay.
Okay, so that becomes one chakra. Then we turn it into 12 rashis, and the middle part we take it as the lotus or the Padma. So that should be worshipped with lots of devotion to our Guru, the gods, and everybody, the Navagrahas, everybody, lots of devotion. The astrologer should keep chanting the Panchakshari mantra. Keep chanting it, keep chanting it. You should worship it with flowers. You should cover a full thing with flowers, sandal paste, tilaka. This tilaka that we apply, that must be taken and it must be applied to each one of the flowers.
Okay.
No red flowers. Only white flowers, and that too jasmine or Nandi Bhatla is what we say. One more like that. There are many white flowers, white calm flowers. Calm. Because if you put hibiscus, then it's dangerous. It says death. And now we observe how the priest is drawing the chakra. Priest, or we would say the person, anybody is drawing the chakra. Astrologer must not draw the chakra. Or if the astrologer is drawing, then we can't say these effects. Astrologer can also draw, but we cannot say a few more effects. So if the person draws the west line first, the priest, he draws the west line first, then we say that this person will have lots of diseases. If he draws the north line first, then we say the person will get money. Just by drawing the chakra, we can say so many effects.
Yeah.
And now it will go more interesting. If you say south, then the person is going to die. Then if we say east, the person will have children. Only the 4 sides of the chakra. We can't take the 8 cardinal directions, isn't it? So like that. Then we divide it into 12 places and worship it with flowers, mantras, everything. Pray to the Lord, sprinkle water, everything. And that too, it must be drawn on the ground. So now it comes why computers and all of these things are not allowing predictions to be accurate.
Yes, because it's Rahu. It's not really Jupiter. It's this illusion. Yeah, I know.
It does not allow us to make correct predictions.
Yeah.
So that's why draw it on the ground. 24 angulas. You have to draw it on the ground. 24 angulas or inches. Into 4 sides. So 96 inches totally. So that should be a huge chakra. And then what must be done is the priest has drawn the chakra. We already told the effects. And now most interesting part comes. If ants are walking around the chakra, we would say there's an ant hole in the person's house. If they are if somebody is putting their hand into some of the openings, like somebody is removing something from their mouth, nose or something, or they're digging some ground or something, then we would say there are dangerous snakes in the garden of your house. Like this, if you suddenly see a snake, then you would surely say this person is going to be bitten by a snake in his own garden.
Wow.
Like this. And then like this, here there are thousands of snakes. So, and it's a good place for prediction too. At our house, we have snakes, and it's a calm atmosphere, and also it's like really calm place. So, such a place is good for this thing. It must not be too much like a forest too, like too dark. It must be light, garden, something like a garden. You see, like it makes the Queris may have come for such a dangerous problem. He may have lots of different problems. So to calm him down, you have to bring him to a place which is really calming, and where peacocks are making sound. Sometimes dogs may also make. So all animals must be there. Almost all. If there's a jackal or an elephant, also it's good. Like if an elephant cries while the chakra is being drawn, then we say this person is going to become a great political person in his life. If a jackal cries, he's going to fall from whichever thing he is. If he's already poor, he may die. If he's rich, then he became poor. Like that we would say. Then we see the way to draw the chakra. After the chakra is drawn, then we see some more things. If the chakra is elevated in some pot, or the priest has drawn it over a stone. So sometimes when you draw on the ground, when you draw on the ground, it sometimes slant like this.
Yeah.
And the priest does not observe; he just draws it. Then you would say the plane is like this. Your house is a little upward facing. So we could write all about his house just by seeing the chakra.
Wow.
So if the chakra is neat, then we say your house is neat. If the chakra is dirty, then we say house is dirty. It's bad. Clean your house first. Like that, he would say.
Wow. Okay.
Then they would be really, really they would believe in astrology totally. And we should also be believing the same at that time. Without knowing their house condition, we must be like, yes, this is going to happen. Yes, this is going to happen. And when we say like that, then only the prediction is going to be accurate.
Like with confidence, you got to be having faith in your predictions. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's say when the Prashna occurs, let's say I asked you a question. Will I get married or no? When you are casting the horoscope, what shows yes and what shows no in a birth chart, in a hora, that current hora?
While seeing marriage, the most important thing is 7th house. Second thing is omens or tatkal lakshanas around you. Third thing is Venus position and moon position.
Okay.
These 4 things. And Jupiter position also. So you take these 5 things to be little giving out to marriage. Because Jupiter is not mostly considered, but we'll see, because, okay, you got married, but you're very poor still. So Jupiter is supposed to be seen for that. So these 5 things. And Shani, where is posited? Because if Shani is posited in an adverse place, then we would say this marriage is not going to happen.
Shani's birthplace where?
If Shani is in a dangerous place or
Like
an adverse
8th house, 6th house.
yeah, 6th house would be good for Shani, isn't it?
Okay.
6th house is good for Shani. 8th house is also somewhat good for Shani. The person is going to be long lived if Shani is in 8th house.
Okay.
And if Shani is in 3rd house, it's good. If Shani is in 11th house, also is good, isn't it?
All the Upacha houses he does well, and 8th house is the Karka of the 8th house. So
yeah. So
okay.
And if Shani is in good houses like Trikonas, etc., then we would say it's dangerous for that particular thing. Or if he comes in the 7th house, for example, it's Mithuna Lagna, or it's 8 to 10 when somebody has come, then your marriage is going to be totally delayed. And even if you get married, you're going to have problems. And if this has Jupiter's aspect, then we would say, okay, for example, Jupiter is in Mithuna and Shani is in Sagittarius. Just for example, I'm keeping the correct position as Shani in Sagittarius, but not of Jupiter. Jupiter is in Mithuna, just like simple. So like that, if Jupiter is aspecting, then marriage will be late. But the person who you are marrying will be very fortunate.
Well, fortunate.
Next is omens or tatkala lakshanas. So how to see omens or tatkala lakshanas is, if somebody together is, they're going around together holding hands. They could be anybody. They could be even animals going together.
I have done this where 2 cardinal birds came and sat. When I was trying to answer the question on the email, will I get married? And then I remember I was like just trying to record. I was recording, and then suddenly, before I even said, 2 red cardinals bird came and sat. So I got the omen. I'm like, of course you're going to be with somebody.
Wonderful.
So yeah, I get it.
So like that, then that means a happy marriage.
Yeah.
And if somebody is drinking milk or some other good signs, anything, and somebody is going together like this, anybody, or when you're going to the see sometimes astrologers themselves have to go to the person's house because the person may be sick or something. The astrologer goes, and then they go to their house, and then they see how the person is sitting. If the person is on the ground, then we would say bad effects. If the person is elevated, sitting on a high place, and then he also invites you to sit on a high place, then we would say good.
Yeah.
Like that. So then if we see somebody going together, and if we see 2 birds, of course, what you also said, 2 birds, and or any animal situated together. It could be anything.
What if somebody's walking their dog on the street, you see? That's 2. Will that be considered?
So nowadays it's a fancy to walk with a dog on the street. But in ancient times it was dangerous.
Okay.
So walking with a dog, dogs were actually considered as an inauspicious omen. So walking with them would show that
you're walking with an inauspicious person.
Yeah, the person you're going to marry is going to be equal to some characteristics of a dog. We can't say that outright, but we would say be careful of anybody.
Okay.
Yes. So.
And then you said, and remember, I also know in Prashna, you also look at the nakshatra of the moon. And if moon is coming in Kendra, or if moon is in leaving the Kendra, right? Is that something you also follow?
Moon is in Kendra.
No, like if you cast a Prashna chart, do you look at the nakshatra of the moon? If
yes, of course.
It's auspicious.
Of course, it's very important because when we see Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana, the nakshatra is where moon is situated, of course.
Yeah.
So the place of nakshatra, moon is situated. That is only nakshatra of the day. So if the nakshatra, so we have Amrita yogas. Do you know the Amrita Siddhi yogas? There are 7 kinds of yogas. That is based on Muhurta. So if you read Muhurta by B.V. Raman, you may get that. So that is sun, or no, which is Sunday with Hasta Nakshatra, this person is going to have all kinds of fortunes. Whatever he's going to ask for is going to come to him.
Wow.
And moon, see if it's Monday, then if it's Tuesday, Ashwini Nakshatra. So first today, Ashwini Nakshatra comes. Then anybody who asks is going to have the thing they're asking for. So somebody just came one day just to ask of things. I just told them a few things. It was Tuesday, Ashwini Nakshatra. It was actually successful.
Okay.
So Amrita Siddhi Yogas or Siddha Yogas, these two things, it doesn't even depend how the astrologer says. But if somebody comes in this day to an astrologer, then everything is going to be fulfilled.
So you have to look at the day they come and the planet that rules that day, and you look at their nakshatra position.
Yes.
Okay. And then, so let's say this, I asked you if I will get married or not, and you said yes. Let's say I asked you, which day will I get married? Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is there a way to look at that in Prashna?
Yeah, there is.
Let's say I lost my cell phone and I say, Guruji, when will I find my cell phone? What would you?
Okay, so you lost your cell phone, and I actually had that consultation kind of thing with my mother.
Okay.
So my mother had lost her cell phone, and she had kept it somewhere in the garden and gone away. So after doing some gardening work, so what I did was, she came to me, and then I told her to say a number, and then I posited the Arudha Lagna, and just checked about where the Dik is there. So we saw Shani, I saw Rahu, and the malefic planets. Then I saw where they are posited, and which is the most strongest of Shani, Rahu, and Ketu, and who's the lord of the 7th house. These things are considered who's the most powerful of that, and what is their Dik or their side. I told southwest, and it was right there.
Wow. Okay.
So, like that you can say. So you have to see the 7th house.
You gave the direction based on the planet, the direction they rule, or the sign that was in the 7th house.
The sign also you can say. You can see the planet also. You can mix them too.
Mix them too. So southwest, northeast.
One of the directions. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you say southwest, you can give some degrees away from southwest.
But let's say about like when though, like, could there be a way to tell?
Yes.
You will find it on next Tuesday or next
Yes.
Thursday.
Okay. So what we would say is, for this, there's one method. So that is, we would take the nakshatras, take it from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like this, you come to the 28th nakshatra. You should also take Abhijit. So 28, 29. No, just take 28, and then you want to 1, 2, 3. So you make 4 columns. Okay, so then you put 4, 5, 6, 7. I was not, in the college, in my astrology college, this method. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like that, you keep on taking the nakshatras. And then if it comes in the first group, then it's very fast. Like second group, little slow.
Okay.
Third group, like that. It's not even going to be found. So fourth group, if it's going to be in the north, and it'll take you at least 1 year to find.
Oh, wow.
If it's going to be in the south, it may take you at least 2 months to find. Like that. If the group of nakshatras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we make it. So that's one. It's called a chakra. So to find these, to do these remedial measures, you always have to worship a cow. It's very important. Like you lost a very important thing. Then you're supposed to worship a cow, and you're supposed to feed it something equivalent to the Navagraha that the planet rules. That too, it must not be a Jersey or a foreign cow. It must be a Desi cow.
Okay.
So those things. So we must feed them, like for example, sun rules wheat. So if you're having a problem with the sun, or you are being troubled by the sun, or your thing is lost by the sun, so that's what we do is we just go and give them that we tell them to donate wheat to the cows, or a cow or a goshala, or a place where cows are taken care of. Like that we do some things.
Okay. Like you were saying that a person's supposed to ask you question for Prashna. But is there a way we can know when a person's walking in what their question is? What are they going to ask us?
Yes, we can easily know about that too.
Okay.
So how to do that is, it's very simple. What they're going to ask for, just make them tell a number.
Okay.
that cannot be asked when the person is getting in, but one way to do that is we would see the Gochara Kundali when they are getting in.
Yeah.
So by that we can get to know the problem. So we could see if any one of the bhavas is afflicted. For example, Lagna itself is afflicted, they are having lots of problem with the self-confidence.
Okay. Or
If
health.
if second house is afflicted, they are not getting married or they are in a loan.
Okay.
If third house is, then their brothers or sisters are troubling them. Like fourth house. If any of these 12 bhavas are afflicted, then we would say that this particular thing is having a problem. If 12th house is afflicted, you're having a huge loan. If second house is afflicted, maybe you're not having a loan, but you're not satisfied with the amount of money that you have.
Or you're spending too much money.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So second and 12th and 11th have to be considered when somebody is asking financial matters. So otherwise, when you ask them a number, if they say 1, then we say the person is not having self-confidence. 2, money. 3, brothers and sisters. 4, like this, 12, all the 12 houses.
7, marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've tried this also many times.
Like you can even do it then if somebody's calling me, before I pick up the call and I look at the Prashna Kundali, I can see what their call is going to be about.
Yeah, and you can be ready also. Like,
okay.
It's going to be like this.
If they're going to yell at me or shout at me. Okay.
And if somebody yells and shouts, what we do immediately is we just...
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a disrespect to astrologers, and that is a dangerous thing also. That's a bad omen for that person too.
Oh, okay. So what other steps?
So some other steps I would say is there's a step for a person to consider Prashna Akshari Lagna. Now we finished Arudha Lagna. Now we'll see Prashna Akshari Lagna. So how to do Prashna Akshari Lagna? It's very simple. If somebody is asking too many questions, like they ask one question, they ask about marriage. They're having a problem with marriage. Second, they ask about the loan. Third, they ask about their brothers and sisters. Fourth, there are so many different kinds of things. So they at least ask more than 3 or 4 questions. What we do is for each question, we make one Lagna. So how we do? So how do we do that? Is we see a Prashna Akshari Lagna, or the first letter just told by the person. So we see there's a sutra for this. Akka chatta paya. One second. Akka chatta tapaya vargaha ravi kujasita saubnya jiva sauranam. So there's a shloka for that. It's in Prashna Marga. So this shloka says Akka chatta tapaya. These are 7 vargas. So each of these are ruled by one planet. So it's a avarga, or all the vowels are ruled by sun. Kavarga ruled by Mars. Ravi Kuja, and then Sita. Chavarga ruled by Venus. Akka cha ta, and then we go to Ta. So Tavarga ruled by Mercury. Tavarga ruled by Ravi Kuja, Sita, Saumya, Jiva, which means that Jupiter rules that. And then Akka cha ta Pa. Then we go to Pa. It's ruled by Saturn. Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. These 5 letters are ruled by Saturn. Then we go to Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. And then in the end, we come to Ya, Ra, La, Va, Sha, Sa, Sha. All of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kshatrajna. All of these things we take into account. Then we see, if they ask, how about my marriage? They begin. How about my marriage? So even in English, we can take a few things. Ha. So we say moon. Then we make the Lagna Cancer. So what if it is
planet with the dual Rashi?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, you see,
if that is Saturn, should I make Capricorn or Aquarius?
Yeah, that's what. So now let's go to that. Okay, I'll just ask in Sanskrit, because I don't know how to say for Mars.
No, you can say it in Sanskrit.
Okay. So katham va aham etat vivaham karomi. So that is a Prashna. Okay. So it starts with Ka. So we say Mars. So now we see how many letters does Mars have? Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga. 5 letters. This is the first letter. 1 is odd number, so we take the odd sign of Mars. What is the odd sign? It's Aries. Make the Aries as the Prashna Akshara Lagna. Then we take the 7th house for marriage, is what they have asked. From there we take the 7th house. Then we erase that, and again the next question, starting with letter. So
okay. Wow.
So in the previous times, it was more intricate because in English we have only a few letters to ask questions.
Yeah.
Like when, that also comes into moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if they're asked, so what about this for people who speak English? Like, if they ask me first question, I look at the Prashna. When they ask me the second question, can I take the time that they ask the second question and make that lagna, maybe the degrees changed or the Navamsha changed? Could that be or no?
The Prashna Akshara does not have degree or Navamsha.
Does not have, okay.
Yeah, it's just random.
Okay. Now, I wanted to, I guess I can do this next time. I wanted to ask you about the meaning of the tithis. What the tithis mean.
Yeah.
Will that take time or will that?
It takes lots of time actually.
Lots of time. Okay, so why don't we do this next time when you come back?
Sure.
Okay. So thank you so much, Abhigya, for coming. And I know I'm going to put a link to your channel. It is Conscience, right?
Yeah, conscience.
Conscious Science. So I will put that. Guys, please subscribe to him. He's the next master. He is the...
And I also started videos on vaccine.
Germany in the making.
Yeah, so I made videos on vaccines too. So about vaccines.
I like that. Yes, that is, it's a business. It's a big business. Vaccine.
Yeah, vaccines.
Whether something happens to you or not, like dogs, supposed to get one vaccine for life. But here, it's every year you got to do vaccines. Why? Because it's money, it's business. So
vaccines are very dangerous. And let's see which planet is ruled by vaccines. It's very interesting. Rahu and I think
Rahu and Moon. Rahu and Moon represents chemistry.
Yes.
So pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Abhigya. We will see you next time.
Okay. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.